that's what's happening. That should be fixed. All right. So good morning to those in radio in on streaming land. There should be audio now. All right. Somebody could just confirm. All right. So yes, good morning again to everybody. All right. So we are going to jump into our activated mornings. With us in studio, you have Dianna Cain and myself, Roleza Samuel. All right. So first up, just to note something that we came across yesterday on social media that we thought would be of importance. And if you're hearing us, you could just indicate on the live so that we would know. We would be able to confirm, please. All right. So there is an activity happening this morning at 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Indian Bay at Balcom Estate. It's an underwater cleanup campaign in response to Hurricane Beryl. This isn't something that we came across on Facebook, well, on Eyewitness News, right? And I thought, given the conversation that we had yesterday in our Talk to Us segment, that it sort of lends into it, right? So it's a underwater cleanup, and activity that is happening this morning from 9 to 1. Cleanup equipment will be provided. Complimentary lunch will also be provided. And they're asking persons, and this is St. Vincent and the Grenadines Environment Fund. All right. They're asking to help reduce plastic waste, bring a reusable bowl, cup, fork, and water bottle. All right. So I think that this is a good initiative.
Yeah.
It's good that it's happening during the school vacation. Mm-hmm. So parents who may have their children at home or parents who may be at home with their children, this is something that you can do with them to take them down so that they get that sense of, as we spoke about yesterday, that sense of community involvement, mm-hmm. right? Also for them to know that, this is a consequence of you go to the beach, it needs to be cleaned, and you're going to help to get it clean,
mm-hmm.
right?
They could develop some sort of appreciation. Hopefully they would develop some sort of appreciation for the environment and the work that persons do to take care of the environment and so on, right? I like that they're providing everything. So thank you, Anne, for letting us know. Anne says we're back. Thank you. It's good that everything is provided, so it's just a show up. You just show up, mm-hmm. and you just help. I like that. You're getting food. You don't need to worry about food. You don't need to worry about equipment. And what is even better, what's also great, is that they're asking you to bring your eating things, your mm-hmm. eating items, so as not to create waste. Lovely, love that, love that.
So I have a confession, right? I've been living in Clare Valley for the past 5 years. And yesterday was the first time that I set foot on Clare Valley Beach, right? Or in the words of others, Cleverly Beach, right? And so the thing of it is that, it might sound kind of weird, but the thing of it is that I could actually see the sea from home and I could hear the sea. So my excuse is always that I don't have to go to it. Seeing and hearing is enough for me. I don't have to go to it, right? But I had time yesterday and I had to pass that way to collect something from somebody from the school, right? So I say, you know what? As we were talking about it yesterday, let me go and have a look at what this beach actually looks like, right? Now, I know that many persons in the past would have said to me, it's not really like a beach, it's more like a fishing beach in a sense where you see a lot of fishermen boats and that sort of stuff on the beach, right? So I went and I had a look at the beach. Now, I know about 2 weekends ago that students involved, I think in the Red Cross of the school, yeah. Right? They went and they cleaned the beach. So I did see that article on it. My folks in Clare Valley, yes, I know I'm new to the area and I probably had no right saying anything. But the thing of it is that when I went, I know that the children would have done the cleaning. A friend of mine actually sent me video of the cleaning that was done and the work that the children did. But then when I went, it looked almost as if not much work was done. And this is not to say that the children did not put in effort. Part of me either questioned how much garbage was initially there, or was it a case where after they cleaned, garbage went back, right? And this is the thing, when we talk about that sense of pride, that sense of ownership, we have to look at it as a case where all of us have to be involved. Now, I did issue on my WhatsApp, and persons in the community who are on my WhatsApp, I did say, if there's going to be another beach cleanup that I would be involved in it, right? Because these are things that I would have done, being a part of different service organizations before that I would do, and I have no problems doing those things, right? But it is disheartening to know that you have
Very.
cleaned a particular
Very.
area and in no time it gets dirty again and again. It's not that we're not educated in terms of how to dispose of our garbage. Everybody knows in Clare Valley, Friday morning is garbage day. You try to get your garbage out between at least by 10, but they just come earlier sometimes. So you try to get your garbage out at least by 8, right? To be safe. Get your garbage out by safe. We have a reliable system in place in SVG where our garbage is being collected.
Correct.
What is the reason for there being garbage at our beaches, at our rivers, at our other places of attraction within our communities? Somebody needs to answer me that question. What is the reason?
What's the reason? I want to emphasize the fact that you said we have a reliable garbage collection service. In some other countries right here in the Caribbean, that is not happening. You have to find a way to dispose of your garbage, and some persons have to rely on private companies where they have to go and pay a specific fee, where that creates a problem. So we have this garbage collection system. And another thing you mentioned, it is very disheartening when persons do beach cleanups, because I looked at this for some time. Persons would do beach cleanups and then the people would go and litter the beach. Thank God for those persons who still see the need to continue to do the work and who will not grow weary in doing it. But what about the others who are starting to feel a bit discouraged, saying, I just clean this beach and look what they do. Not me again, not me.
Yeah.
Because there would be persons like that, and you cannot blame them for feeling like that. It is, as you said, disheartening.
Yeah. And the thing of it is that, we like to beach hop in SVG, but we like to beach hop at beaches that we know are inviting for us to go to. Right?
Correct.
So I really want to issue a call out. And yes, I'm not just saying it on radio in terms of, yes, getting Clare Valley Beach, because I am living in that community for it to be clean. I would be a part of the process, but I want for us to give Kittel some competition. Right? I want for us to give Kittel's Beach some competition in terms of the cleanliness of the beach, in terms of persons visiting the beach, that sort of thing. I mean,
now that is a competition. All right. Go ahead. I like it.
Right. And the thing of it is that we could extend it to other communities. Because, once you make your beach inviting, when it comes to holidays, when it comes to weekends, people would go to the various beaches. We have black sand beaches here in SVG. All right. And this is one of our key selling points as well, because many tourists or many visitors to the island may not have seen black sand beaches before. They know of the white sand beaches.
That, yeah.
So, you have persons coming to Kittel's Beach when you have cruise ships in. We see them. We see them from the studios at WEFM down on the beach. We see the buses that come there. We see the tourists who are on the beaches. They would actually want to experience a black sand beach for themselves. We have to keep them clean persons. All right.
Correct.
It can't just be the key persons within the communities. It has to be community effort. You go to the beach, simple thing. You walk back with your own garbage.
Right.
That's it. That legit is it.
It's not a you thing. It's us. It's all of us. So each of us have to do our part. And it's not good for us to sit and think, oh well, somebody's gonna come and clean it anyways. So no. We can't keep up with that. I am so upset to hear this morning. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So we are going to jump off into another story that isn't so pleasant. Yesterday, sorry. So I'm going to read the article as it is on Eyewitness News. The title of the article is Body of 11-year-old Boy Found Hanging from Rope in Vermont. An 11-year-old Vermont boy was found hanging from the neck under his great-aunt's house on Tuesday afternoon, sometime after his cousins saw him tie a rope under the house. Residents of Francois, the village where the incident occurred, identified the deceased as Gifton Mile. His family appeared to be too distraught to speak to the media when Eyewitness News visited the area sometime after police removed the body from the scene. It says Gifton up here, but Grifton down here. Okay. So Grifton lives a few hundred feet from where his body was found. The body was found on the ground floor of an incomplete house where Gifton's great aunt, Nicolene Mile, and her son live on the first floor. Speaking to Eyewitness News in the presence of his mother, 9-year-old Claran Mile said he saw Gifton tying up the rope under the house. He said Gifton did not respond when he asked him what he was doing with the rope. So I came up here and went to watch the TV, he said, and adding that he met Gifton dead when he went back downstairs. Claron, a grade 4 student of the Buckerment Government School located in Dubois, said he did not see Gifton tie the rope around his neck. He said he was not sure for how long he was watching TV before he went back outside and found his cousin dead. All right, I'm going to read the story in full. However, Claron told Eyewitness News that when he saw Gifton, he realized that something was wrong. When I took the rope off his neck, the thing was printed on his neck, like the rope sucked in tight. And I thought and said, Papa dead, Claron told Eyewitness News. Meanwhile, Nicolin said that the incident was really a tragedy. It's really frightening all in one because to see that he experienced something like that, all that is running through my mind is that it would have an effect on him, she told Eyewitness News. Because all of them were close, very close, always together. And for him to experience something like that is a real sad story. Nicolin said she would monitor her son's reaction and would take him for counseling accordingly. She said that Gifton, Claron, and other children were together in the area that day. Nicolin told Eyewitness News Gifton had asked her that morning if Claron could go with him to pick plums. I told him no because he was going to pick the plum tree. Where he was going to pick the plum tree hangs over a bank. Gifton was expected to begin his secondary school in September, having written the primary school exit examination in May. Police are investigating the death of the child.
Wow. Wow.
All right,
It's
so
so unfortunate. He was about to start secondary school. He didn't even get the chance to do that. Originally, when I heard this story, I guess just like a lot of other persons, I assumed it's a suicide. But this thought just hit me. What if, it was not that case? What if he just was, as a child, sometimes children see things and they want to try something and it just happened to not go how he expected it to go. We don't know.
well, your second thought was actually my first thought.
Ah.
Because when I was speaking with somebody yesterday, I said, was it a case where he was playing around and he didn't realize what the outcome was going to be, and this was the consequence of him doing that. Because I suppose it's difficult for us to imagine at 11 what it is could drive an 11-year-old to possible suicide, right? So that is why it did not enter my mind. I'm not saying that there aren't issues in a child's life that that children are mini people, mini humans, right? So whatever it's mini adults, whatever it is an adult may be going through, a child would also be going through it, right? So it's not to say that they would not consider it, but to have it happen would have been even harder for me to want to believe, right? So I really and truly was more leaning towards the side of him maybe messing around, seeing something on TV, seeing something in a show, and quote unquote testing it out for himself, right? So that's the thing. One of the things that I'm happy, I'm saying it softly in a sense, is that the mother did indicate that she is going to monitor her child and provide him with counseling if he needs it, right? Because him having to witness the discovery of his cousin is going to be a long-lasting memory for him, right? And I'm happy to see that in the article, it did come out stating that she is going to seek counseling for him if she notices anything. I think maybe seeking counseling for him, whether or not she's seeing sign would be ideal. But it really is tragic. And of course, we are extending condolences to the family and his friends and to the community of Vermont at this time. This is one of those very unusual stories. We don't tend to hear of these things happening here in SVG. I mean, suicide by an adult, much less let me rephrase that and I take that back. Hanging by an adult, much less to hanging by a child or a person being found hanging. All right. So clarifying and rephrasing everything there. All right. We don't tend to hear of these things very often. So this is one of those very unfortunate situations.
Very, very. I really do hope that the family will, eventually people will people are resilient. So I'm confident that eventually the family will find the strength that they need to go on and do what they need to do. I just cannot imagine being in this situation at all.
Yeah. So again, condolences,
Wow.
and let's hope maybe we would hear just a bit more. But if we don't, we also have to respect the privacy of the
Yeah.
family and the friends of this student. If we don't hear, let's probably not ask, because we have to allow them that time to grieve. All right. So the time here in SVG, it is 7:35, and we are going to jump right into our traffic talk